My first question when it comes to playing this character, which I think you do wonderfully, you do incredibly well, how much pressure do you put on yourself every day playing this person? And you have to add certain tics and mannerisms and you have to represent something, but you don't want to go too far and you don't want to make anything comical in the way that you represent it. So how much pressure do you put on yourself? How do you get into that place?
I put a huge amount of pressure on myself. I mean, I wouldn't say I fully just put it on myself. It's just part of the job. I mean, having this big of a part on a TV series is always, I mean, I've never done it before, so that's one part of it. But then playing Sam, it's just, there's so much consideration that needs to go into every single scene and every single moment that I really don't get. I wouldn't call it relaxing ever at work. So it's, yeah.
Well, it's like that scene that we just saw in the trailer where you give her the pencils, right? It's a nice thing that you're doing that she likes, but it's also something kind of funny and maybe something that he's sort of misreading, which adds to a layer of humor of it. But you don't in any way, as an actor and doing the job that you're doing a good job, you don't want to overplay that, and you don't want to make it seem like he's consistently confused. Like you don't want to, you don't want to make it look bad on or make us laugh at him essentially.
Yeah, I think that's because, we have a whole team, including the writers and directors that come on, and I think everybody is very much on the same page that we're never laughing at Sam. I mean, Sam is really funny, and a lot of what Sam does is really funny, but that was always a concern from the beginning, was that we never wanted to feel like we were making fun of him or anything. And
it's that thin line that I imagine would add a lot of pressure is like when he's doing something funny, having to take those beats to be like, what are we laughing at right now? Let's double check.
Yeah, and we'd stop a lot on set, actually, especially during the first season when we were still, figuring Sam out. And, there are a lot of times that we'll just stop for 20 minutes and go, hey, can we, call Rabia in and maybe make a call to one of our experts, consultants, and just make sure that everybody feels good about what's going on here. And I always feel like I have that ability to just kind of put a pause because I get confused too. There are times where I'm looking at the scene and maybe I'm just misreading it, but, I need some clarification. And so it's a real team effort in terms of keeping it at the right tone, I guess.
And they established a tone on set where you could kind of consistently ask questions all the time to figure this out?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Rabia especially, our creator, is there all the time. And I just can't say enough. She puts in so many hours. She's always there on call. And she has a kid. And there were a lot of times during the first season she would even have to sleep at work sometimes, because she's not only there for us and then writing the next episodes and then also editing episodes we've already shot. And so there are so many different people that are just on call at all times. And so it feels very supportive.